Hi everyone, this is Diane. I want to talk to you about what my next journal project will be. I've been wanting to do something with these gorgeous vintage magazine covers, and like this year, March and April, these covers will be antiques. They'll be 100 years old. Can you believe that? These two. This one's from the 40s. This one is, I believe, from the 30s. From the image on it, that's what it looks like. I don't see the date on that, but they're all very nice vintage images, but I didn't know how I would want to use them. There's a couple more, 26 and 36. Well, I figured it out, I think. I have this journal that I made following a series that Gina Johnson taught on her channel, which is now called Stellar J Studios. And it was called Finding Your Style. And so I made this, and I haven't done anything with it, and I really was looking forward to playing in it. And so this is something I want to do this year, play in this journal. But I thought instead of doing a collage, I would just use one of the magazine covers and then put another one on the back and on the inside covers. And I think I have enough that I can do one for me and one to put in my shop. So I want these two. This I want to be, I think this might be on the front of my journal. And I definitely want to keep that part on there, so I would have to lose just the bottom of her skirt. But that's just the right size for this page. I mean, I could make the page whatever size I want, but I don't want it to be too huge. And then put this on the inside. And let me see what I was thinking for the back. I think maybe I would not use one of my vintage magazine covers, but I could use a vintage magazine page or something. I have to look through those to put on the back, but maybe on the inside cover I could put one of these. But let's figure out what will go on the one that I will put in my shop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could put this on the front of one. And this isn't a cover, but it is a really nice page. So I could put that on the inside. Maybe something like that on that one. Maybe I can put two in my shop. I can put these in one. I'll find another page for my back inside cover. I think that one looks bright and cheery for a cover. It's a very large magazine, so I'd have to cut some of it off. But that would be cute. And maybe this on the inside. And maybe that on the inside back. So I had to go back and find my video to see what I made the cover with. It didn't really feel like it was just cardstock. So I went back and found it, and what I did was I took pages out of this mixed media book that I had used and wasn't using. I haven't been doing mixed media for quite a while, mainly because since I moved here, I just don't have space for the mess. This is a very narrow table, and I have too much stuff close to me, and I just don't want to do the mess. So I guess that's why it prohibits me from doing any mixed media. So I just took pages out of this. They did have some like if I took this, you might be able to see some of that through it, except I'm going to just cover it all with the picture, so none of this would show through. So I can just take the blank pages. I think I saw some blank pages in here. Maybe not. Well, I'm sure I have other pages. I brought in some more mixed media and art things. This is a heavy, this would be a heavier cover than what I have. And I could make it the same size as this. So what I did with this was I took 2 of those pages and glued them back to back to make them a little sturdier. I put fabric around the edge and added these tapestry corners. And I put Tyvek Tyvek is holding these 2 together, is hinging them, and then I sewed around this quilted piece and then glued it on because I couldn't sew it on. So that's how it's constructed. But I'll do something similar, but it doesn't have to be with that material, those pages. So this is a good size. That's the perfect size. So this must be, what, 8.5 by 11? Let's see. 8.5 by 11. Okay, so I have quite a few pieces of this, so they could be the covers. And I don't think I would have to double them. So I would probably use Mod Podge to protect these old covers. This is just glued on. They're not sealed on the top. And inside, let's look at the pages that I used. And the pages for these magazine journals that I'm going to make won't be the same, but I kind of want similar things. So these are more artsy, and I did some collages on the covers, some stamping and bright colors and sprays, but it's a variety of papers. What is this? Oh, there was a cover from a guide for parents and teachers. And sorry, my Fitbit. Well, sorry about that. I was saying that my phone was ringing because my Fitbit was telling me I'm using my phone to film, so it doesn't ring, but my Fitbit told me that someone was calling me, but it was a number I didn't know. Anyway, my phone stopped and I didn't realize it. I was talking and talking, and then I checked my time and my phone was black. So what we were doing was looking through the pages to see what kind of pages are in here. I need to determine what kind of pages I want to use in my journal, but it's going to be different from this. It's not going to be this mixed media looking, but this is music paper that I sprayed, dot matrix paper, the index part for an atlas, a large atlas. This is a paper that it was orange. I think it was a fly leaf. And I sprayed some doilies with bright colors and added these bright fabric flowers. Calendar page. I can definitely use calendar pages and wallpaper. This one has a pocket. I'll use those kinds of papers in my journals. And I like the grid paper that is sprayed. I like the crinkly feel of it, so I might do that. There's a book page and a book jacket. That's just a flap. But this doily's a pocket. This is a manila envelope, and inside I put a card that I collaged on. It's actually wallpaper, the Tim Holtz wallpaper paper that he has. It's not real wallpaper. Map page, and then I don't think I'll probably put fabric flips in these journals. This is from an album, scrapbook. So that's the center, and then all the the same pages. Some of them I added some collage to. And I really do want to play in this book. That's one thing I want to do this year, is to make sure I actually use the books that I have made or purchased and play in them. Make stuff for myself. I don't like this page. I'll probably cover that up. So those are the kinds of papers that I used. And oh, I don't remember if I talked about the construction of the cover. I mean, I know I talked about it, but I don't know if it was on that part of the video, but I'm not gonna repeat myself. So if that part was on the part that didn't record, then I'll repeat it later in a different video. So the next thing I did on the video was I looked through, I have a bunch of papers here. Some of these are sturdy, stiffer pages that I don't want to use as pages, but these were just plain copy paper that I did on my jelly plate. These are all the ones I don't like. I don't like the colors. And I don't have a jelly plate anymore because once I moved here to this small house, I don't have the space for making such a mess, and I just never used it anymore. So I sold it. But I did like the colors on these, so I pulled them out, and I might use those as pages in the journals that I'm about to create. They might be fun. And I love this one. This one is a stiff page too, but we could have a stiff page or two, like watercolor paper or mixed media paper that's heavier. But I love the colors of this spray that's on here. I love the way I must have really wet that paper and then put some color on it, and it just blossomed out, and I love that. So those are some types of pages I can use in these journals. But I went and got out some of my magazine. This pouch says full page, so these are full pages from magazines, or almost full pages. So I could use some of these to glue to the inside covers or to use as pages. Just want to see what we have here. So I'm thinking what I would like to do is take some of my large pages from fashion magazines, old fashion magazines, and take some of the images, the fashionable ladies, and use them in these journals. Even though the tall magazines are like this tall, so that's 13.5 inches, and our cover is only going to be 11 inches. So I would still have to cut some off. Well, some of these are not vintage magazines, just pages that I like. Well, this is sheet music, but I like the cover on that, so I put it in here with the magazines. That's sheet music too. This is showing how you can exercise while you're doing your housework. That might be fun to include. I'll leave them out just in case. Carnival glass. I'll take out some pages that I think are interesting and might be used in these journals. She's watching Grandma put peanut butter on her bread. Heinz peanut butter. And now I have some fashion pages to look at. So these are some of my really tall magazine pages. I think these are even taller than the 13.5. Yeah, this is 14.25, and it got torn here. So let's see, the image itself is a little over 11, so I wouldn't lose much. I just feel like I need to use these so they don't get ruined. So this would definitely fit. Something like that. The colored ones are usually really tall. They don't have very many colored ones in each of these magazines. These are from like 1912 or 14 or something like that. From, I think it was Pictorial Review magazine. So I took these to, a long time ago, I took these to the UPS store where they have a copier, and I had them copy them onto a stick for me because they're too long for my printer. But I wasn't able to make, I can make copies of them, but they're a lot smaller, which is great. That makes them better. But he made them. I didn't ask about making JPEGs instead of what the other one was, but I could only use JPEGs. I don't know how to do much with making digitals, so I couldn't use them as digitals. I can make copies for myself, but I couldn't create digitals with them. So this says both sides. So that meant I had these separated because I want copies of both sides. And then I had another folder, which is probably in the other room by my printer, that said one side. There's more in there. This is from the 40s and 50s, so all kinds of images from the 40s and 50s. So I would like to use ladies from whatever decade. There's not going to be one set time period. I just want to, and these are French. Somebody sent this to me. So I just want to use things that I like and put them in these journals and share with you because I have a lot. And I'm so anxious to use some of these. I have used some, you know. I've made fashion journals using some of these. But it'll be fun to make this kind of a format, I think. This one's from the 20s and 30s. This one has bigger images. See, that's a nice tall one. And she's starting to tear, so it would be good to get her in a book. She would fit on an 11-inch page. I think one thing that would be fun would be, where is that? Right here. Let me get a page. There's my journal. It's buried. I lost it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I think it would be fun to take a page and say glue this lady on it somewhere, or a taller one even, and then cut around it. Cut this part of the page away so she would be the edge of the page. That would be fun. So I might try to do something like that. I'm getting excited about making these journals now. So these are from the 30s and 40s. Look at that nice tall lady. She's from a Spiegel catalog, I think. She is taller than, she's like 12 inches tall. I love that image. This one isn't old. It was on the cover of a book that had images of fashion from that era. I like those long, slender ladies. They'd be cute in these books. Let's look at these really tall pages. So this would be a good one to put on an inside cover. I'll save that out. This isn't, maybe it is from the 30s or the 20s. I'm thinking it's earlier than that, though. It's from the Pictorial Review. I don't know if it's from the same one that I was just looking at. What do you think? Are they from the 20s or 30s or earlier? Look at that skirt. These are so fun. Oops. Okay, lots and lots and lots of stuff. Look at all this stuff I have. But I love it all. I like those ladies. The ones I'm putting over here doesn't mean I'm not using them. I'm just looking through. That's a fun one too. Might use that. Now there were some ads for Hole Proof hosiery, and that was in it's either the 20s or 30s. And I love these images. They're very artistic and beautiful. And they were on the back cover, so it got damaged. American Magazine, I think, is where they were. So this was on the back inside cover. Some of them were on the back. Oh, that's the front inside cover. Some were on the very back of the magazine, so they weren't in great shape. But I got a bunch of these American magazines at a flea market. So I saved these, and I did make digitals with them, but I haven't put, that's my favorite one. I haven't put them in my shop. So because, I have two of this one, because these are like some of my very favorite images that I've gotten out of magazines. I've seen people, I think I've seen people make digitals out of those. I have 4 different ones. I want to put all of these in my journal to preserve them, but I will make copies of the digitals that I made. I'll make copies and put them in the other journals. What's this one? Is that a repeat? No, I have 5. I'll be glad to have those in a place where I can just get the book out and look at them. I will love looking at this book if it's just full of fashion images, old-fashioned images. Then I have these magazines from the 1910s. This was a catalog from the National Cloak and Suit Company. And I did make digitals with these, and they were in my shop for a while. But some people bought them, but I wasn't selling a lot, so I had to take them out because, like I said before, I get charged. It's only 20 cents, but why have them in there? I wasn't selling them for very much money, so why have them in there to be restocked every I think it's 3 months, and I get charged every time they do it, and it's been years. So, I don't know. Anyway, I love those images. I have some images from catalogs. Those were magazines. These are from catalogs from different eras. 70s, 60s, 50s. That's the cover of the Spiegel catalog. 59. That's the first old catalog that I got, and it was water damaged. So some of the best pictures were mildewed. I couldn't keep them, but I was thrilled to have that magazine. So yeah, sorry if I spent too much time looking at all those images, but I love them. Tell me what you think about those magazine journals that I'm going to start working on. Does that sound like something that would be fun to you? I'm excited about them, and I hope you are. I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day. Bye.